Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. We had some names with further daily consolidation. S&P 500 is stubborn and refusing to consolidate at this point. Big fundamentals week. We'll see where we stand heading into tech earnings. All right, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have a lot of major tech sector earnings. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we got the FOMC, and Thursday, we've got GDP numbers. Lots of fundamentals. For me as a technical trader, I'm trading less this week for obvious reasons, because there's a lot of fundamental numbers in play that are going to be leading to some notable volatility. And that's that. So S&P 500 daily stair-step pattern, higher low every day, 7 days in a row. I'm pretty impressed with the bulls. The fact that we have not started daily consolidation yet into all these fundamental unknowns, everybody's bearish into the FOMC. The price does not show that. So keeping an eye out for the start of daily consolidation, and also keeping in mind that when we get it, we will be looking for a daily high or low, anything above 371.04 on SPY. So support 393.21, and keeping it simple. Every single day, if we do not break the low of the previous day, the bears aren't going anywhere. If they do, we watch for first hourly oversold conditions, and we watch the retracement size on the pullback to see whether it favors continuation or whether we pull back significantly enough for the weekly lower high to potentially be shaping up. We're still battling weekly EMA 12 resistance, but again, no daily consolidation at this point. The Nasdaq started daily consolidation on Friday and followed through today. The relative weakness stands out. As we know, bulls want the Nasdaq to lead on the way up, bears want the Nasdaq to lead on the way down, and QQQ is leading on this pullback. Hourly downtrend is our guide. Anything under 301.59 is just an hourly lower high. Only traded bearish today, looking for further daily consolidation. And QQQ entry was after the first 10 minutes of pullback, played this 5-minute lower high and entered bearish, put my stop over the high of the day. And then we got some nice follow through. We were at some very beat up 15-minute RSI levels. So we were looking for a 15-minute oversold bounce. So I was taking profit into that. Then we see the hourly bounce. So we zoom out, scout the hourly lower high, and the bear break at the end of the day started to lack some follow through. So we'll see what tomorrow gives us, but simple statement for me is if daily EMA 12 support holds, the red line here, then this daily consolidation remains healthy. And of course, it's going to be tech sector earnings which dictate whether we see continuation on bullish reactions or whether we pull back for deeper retracement on bearish reactions. And if it's a bearish reaction, we'll then have space for the daily lower high the next time we bounce. Semiconductors were weaker with the Nasdaq, but the second half of the day that changed. And if we look at SMH divided by QQQ, we can see that there was a bear correlation on the morning, and then the bulls took over. And so SMH is shaping up a daily higher low attempt. If this were our daily higher low, that's a daily bull flag. We need an hourly trend change back to the bulls. So we would need to see a break in regular trading hours of 225.79, which would be shaping up the daily higher low. And then we would be looking back at the high of 232.14. I would anticipate that this sector is going to react to tech sector earnings as well. But again, the daily consolidation at this point, there are no red flags, and the bulls are remaining confident still. Tesla, daily consolidation underway after breaking the low of Friday. Keeping an eye out for first hourly oversold conditions after such a big bull move in reaction to earnings. I would call anything under the high of today as an hourly lower high. Next bounce. And if we break the low of today tomorrow, we watch for hourly oversold, knowing that a daily higher low is the most likely scenario with a lot of space for it to form. Hourly trends are the most important thing to me in the short term to start this week, as we watch to see if daily higher lows can shape up in the places where the daily consolidation has already begun. Healthcare is still a lead bull, and the burden is on bears to negate this inverse head and shoulders, because that is what is shaping up. And if these bulls are able to break 132.04, that will be a clear weekly trend change, and that resistance is not far away. Pretty much a little bit over 1%. Anything above 127.82 will be a daily higher low. So just a question of, do we break 132.04 resistance, or do we lose the daily high or low support? And solid day to day, just an inside bar, but again, we're right there by resistance. Financial sector also holding on at this point. It was a lead bull today. 33.16, high of yesterday resistance, high of Friday. Again, I do still need a clear daily trend change to have confidence in the bounce off this double bottom that came after the initial earnings reaction. But bulls just want to keep grinding as much as they can before that consolidation begins to create that space. So for me, burden of proof is still on the financial sector bulls to confirm a daily trend change once this bounce tops out. IWM, potential daily bull flag. Simple statement is if 178 holds, it's a daily bull flag. So inside bar today, EMA support's catching up. And it's interesting because, it's important to keep an eye on the backdrop. The weekly downtrends are key. The fact that we're still in weekly lower high patterns, being aware of the fundamental reactions that we have incoming, that's key as well. But if you show me just the daily charts from the last month of trading, it's all still bullish. There aren't any red flags on these daily charts at this point. So keeping that in mind as well. Again, that can easily change once we get some fundamental reactions. But heading into them, bulls are still in control of the short-term daily bull move. Biotech sector, relative weakness stood out in a big way on Friday. In Thursday's video, highlighted how XBI divided by SPY, which again is our relative strength and relative weakness gauge, was shaping up a head and shoulders. And that confirmed on Friday to have a real clear bear day. And I've traded the biotech sector bearish probably 4 out of the last 5 days. And today, the bearish entry for me was just this 5-minute tightening range. So we had an hourly bounce. We know an hourly lower high is the most likely scenario because anything under the high of Friday is an hourly lower high for me there. And I see this 5-minute shaping up, just a tightening range. And so I entered bearish here, stop over the high, and then we rolled over, exited half, probably somewhere in here, exited the second half at the end of the day. Wow, I actually did not see how significant a bounce that was into the close. Certainly glad I exited all of that short, but we're shaping up an hourly trend change attempt here. If the bulls are able to break 81.22 during regular trading hours, we do maintain the daily uptrend. Daily high or low is 79.29, and we held that by 12 cents. If the bulls are able to pull off a daily trend change in their favor, I will be scouting a daily lower high. Anything under 86.41, that's certainly a ways away. Maybe a daily head and shoulders shapes up now on XBI itself. But first things first, can the bulls confirm the hourly trend change in their favor tomorrow? Cannabis sector, so we're scouting a daily high or low, CGC, TLRY, a lot of volatility in both directions. And today was a good one there was a pop. Both directions had good opportunity here. So TLRY, same deal as far as the daily. Need the daily high or low. We need the hourly trend change back to the bulls for the daily high or low to be set. But it was just a clear tightening 5-minute equilibrium all morning, and it broke bull. But then there was a 2-minute stair step pattern. And as soon as that broke at 362, that is a bear signal. And so that was a quick 2% pullback. And then by the end of the day, a more notable pullback. I did take that short, but I had to run errands in the middle of the day. So I exited at 2-minute EMA 12 very quickly. In hindsight, could have sold half, stuck my stop over the high, and had a decent bit more profit. Actually, not a huge amount. So can the bulls confirm an hourly trend change to shape up the daily high or low? And once we do, there is space for a potential daily lower high. US Cannabis is holding on much better. MSOS looking for the first bull cross of these EMAs in months. And not giving up this move much. We have a double top at 13, but we would have to break 1182 for bulls to lose short-term momentum. I still have a half swing position for my entry somewhere in the 1040s or 1050s. So going to let it play out because there are no red flags for me at this point. The dollar is still fairly weak, testing the lows of last week. The 4 hour is tightening up, but the lower high is clear. The double top is nice and clear. So if 106.11 breaks, weekly consolidation continues towards EMA 12 support. But again, even with this dollar weakness, the metals are not doing a thing. So not even going to look at them. Gold, silver, miners. Miners had a bearish reaction from NEM today, which absolutely dumped. Absolutely dumped. And as long as daily EMA 12 is resistance, the miners and the metals are not going anywhere. Oil trying to shape up the inverse head and shoulders pattern that we've been watching for the last 5 days. Need a 4 hour trend change back to the bulls for the daily higher low to be set. Then we have to see 101 break for that trend change. Energy sector bulls standing out stronger. They confirm the daily trend change. So we zoom out, the weekly bounce is getting some follow through. Still going to be anticipating a weekly lower high, but there is a daily uptrend now for the first time since we topped out. And it's natural gas that is the reason for energy sector strength today. This is a 67% move with no real daily consolidation at any point. Just V-shape. Extremely impressive. We are very overextended on 12-hour RSI, 4-hour RSI. But bulls are keeping that short-term control, daily stair-step pattern. Resistance is approaching, but bulls have been stopping out bears left and right. All right. So I'm going to continue to take it easy with just some little day trades like today. Ended up with the day maker by shorting the Nasdaq and the biotech sector. But I am scouting daily higher lows in many names over the next couple of days. We'll see what I believe Google has earnings tomorrow after hours. So that's going to impact Amazon, Apple. They're going to react to Google. And then, of course, those individual names have their own earnings later this week. All right. Feel free to ask any questions. I appreciate you tuning in. Do good things. Hope you had a good weekend. So final haul in this much space, maybe 8 plants. Oh, this bed is probably 24 feet long and 3 feet wide, 4 feet, 3.5 feet. But all those and all those, and they store through the winter. Again, such little effort to grow these things. And I would say total time input to plant them and hill them, we're talking 3 hours total, maximum. And if the world ends, I've got enough potatoes for at least through the winter. Learn how to grow your own food. Pumpkin's getting a bit orange.